So ironically, I was already filming about this particular topic, but my ending has now changed because we're having another by-election.
You're joking. Not another one?
Why are we doing this again? Why can politics not just operate normally for 5 minutes without blowing into a full-blown spectacle?
Everything hurts, and I'm dying.
Because this is exhausting. And the thing is, it didn't need to be this way. None of this did. None of this had to happen because if you trace the entire web of this story, it goes back to Nigel Farage receiving a £5 million gift from a billionaire back in 2024. And instead of just being clear about it and declaring it when he entered into Parliament, instead of just saying, this is what it's for, this is why it existed, and getting ahead of a story that you know if you are a politician, this is going to be a problem for you one day if you don't get in front of this story. You go, it's not the public's business. And that's the moment where it all went wrong. Because now we're in this bizarre loop where something that could have just been explained away in like 10 seconds with one statement on GB News has suddenly turned into a full-blown scandal. It's now turned into a complete narrative. And it's now turned into a by-election, which he called himself.
I've thought about it hard, and I've decided today I will resign as a Member of Parliament for Clacton-on-Sea, thereby forcing a by-election, which should happen, I hope, in short order. No, I've decided that the people of Clacton should be the judges of my actions.
And I really want to be clear here, I'm not anti-Nigel Farage. I don't love him, I don't hate him, I'm pretty neutral towards him, like I am to an awful lot of politicians. I don't really go around hating people I don't know. I mean, that's just reserved for murderers, for rapists, for animal abusers, and for the people who leave their shopping trolley in the middle of the car park. And I actually voted reform at the last general election, so I think Nigel was being very, very good at creating conversations in this country. So none of this is coming from a place of bias. If anything, it's coming from a place of, you should be better than this. If he had just said, I've received a very large donation for my personal security so I can safely re-enter politics, or even, this helps me to be able to operate in public life. Fine, done, no drama, no suspicion, no story, you get ahead of it. It's all good, it's all chill. And that's what just makes this so... and that is what makes this so frustrating, because let's all go back to 2024 for a second. Let's be frank, that was Nigel's peak. People were desperate for him to come back into politics. They were begging him for it. He had the visibility, he had the platform, he had so much momentum. I mean, I'm a Celebrity made him more recognisable than ever. GB News was amplifying him constantly. He had international attention, connections, reach. Everything was lined up for him. And in that moment, he had the opportunity to do something very, very simple. To say, I've been given financial support so I can safely re-enter politics, and in doing this, because this country needs saving. Mic drop. That's it. That's the moment. That's your confetti cannon. That's your firework curtain moment. No one would have questioned it. No one would have doubted it. No one would have wondered about the integrity of the story. But instead, we're here, talking about something that didn't need to exist. And now it's ensuring that this by-election is framed as something else entirely, as the people versus the establishment. And I understand why that framing is so appealing. It's very much us against the world. And to be clear, I do believe there's an awful lot of abuse levelled at Nigel and his family, which shouldn't be allowed. And I completely agree that there are an awful lot of people who are out there who would do anything to stop him from succeeding. But I keep going back to one simple question, which is, what do the people of Clacton want? Because they didn't ask for this. They elected him as an MP, and now they're being asked to do it again, not because of something unavoidable, but because of a situation that didn't need to happen in the first place. It's like the people of Makerfield being asked in their by-election, who do you like the least, me or Starmer? Because this feels like politics is now just being done to us, not for us. Because it doesn't actually answer anything. It doesn't clarify anything. If Farage wins, the questions won't go away. The investigation still continues. And if he loses, the questions don't get answered and it will follow him forever. So what exactly has been solved? Because from the outside, this all just looks like escalation of a situation that didn't need to happen. And this is the moment where you just think, what did you think was going to happen?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Because even if there is no issue, even if everything is completely above board, the way you handled it matters. And this makes it look sus, even if it isn't. And it didn't need to. And now in an era where everyone is already asking, who owns you? Who funds you? Who are you accountable? Who runs your social media? You've basically handed them a gift wrap conspiracy starter kit with a bow on top. And this is the part that fascinates me. Because politicians will spend years crafting messaging, hiring advisors, testing language, media training, crisis planning. And something like this happens. And it's like watching someone trip over absolutely nothing. There was no trap here. Why would you not want to be the one person who steps out of that dynamic? The one person who changes things, the one person who says, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're being clear. We are telling the public the truth. Because if you're claiming to be different, you have to act different. Otherwise, you're just playing the same game with a different logo. And that's why this feels so short-sighted. That's why this feels so frustrating, because this whole thing did not need to happen. And yet here we are with another by-election, with another spectacle, and a lot of people just sitting there thinking, I don't understand British politics right now. And I don't think I'm the only one.
Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains.
But as always, let me know what you think below. I mean, what do you think of this by-election? It's only just been announced, so obviously this isn't a video on it, but I will be talking about it. Another by-election. Great for us. Anyway, as always, do think about giving me a like and subscribe and let me know what you think below. And I'll see you soon.